Hello there my lovelies. Today I'm going to be using my Pebeo paints that they kindly sent to me to create a silhouette painting for this video. I also have a couple of tubes of the Pebeo Studio acrylics and a metallic blue from the Deco Art range. I have my two stippling brushes, and if you'd like to try this at home, you do not need a stippling brush specifically. You can use just an ordinary kitchen sponge, which I also have, and I've just cut them up with some scissors into a rounded shape, so they are perfect to use for this effect. So you don't need any fancy equipment for this make. Here's just a little snippet showing you guys how I made my template. I basically drew mine out. I got a dragon image from Google and I altered it to fit the work that I wanted to make, and I'm just cutting out individual pieces, as you can see as I just pick it up, and I'm just turning it over to make sure that the bits that I have changed don't look out of place and that the design works. So here's the finished template on my canvas, and here is the rainbow selection of paints I will be using for this one. So I wanted to make a really bright and vibrant piece. You could just use one colour or maybe two, mix it a little bit. I think this would look really good with maybe gold and silver metallic, maybe. So I've loaded up my brush here with three colours. I'm starting at the top, just stippling very lightly over the template, and I'm also going around the template to give it a border, and you'll be able to see the effect it creates later on when I take the template off. Stippling away. Okay, so that's the blue, and I'm just going to add in purple as I go down. You'll notice I'm not doing it in a traditional rainbow or to a pattern. I'm just placing colours a bit haphazardly around where I think they work best. In previous makes I've used this technique with tea bags. It might sound a little strange, but it does give the aged appearance. So say your template is something that you want to look old, or you have a room that's got a particular theme, like a vintage, that would work as well. You can also use coffee for that as well. So speaking of coffee, I will be doing a coffee art video very soon, so I'll keep you guys guessing as to what that might entail. But for now, I'm just going to carry on with my stippling, adding green into it now, and just blending it as I go. Now, a little tip for when you're doing a silhouette painting: you'll want to make sure that your template is attached well to your canvas or whatever surface you're painting on, but it also needs to be something that you can peel off later. So I've actually used a few little dots of blue tack just to attach mine, and you'll notice I'm actually placing my hand on the area of the template that I'm painting on to make sure it is extra taut, and that is simply to stop paint leaking under the template. If paint does get under there, it will cause a bleed effect. Now, if that's what you're going for, fair enough, but I'm looking for slightly cleaner lines. So what you'll want to do is make sure your paint is completely dry before you try to take your template off. Unfortunately, although the weather was quite nice at the start of the video with lovely sunshine, towards the end it started to get very windy, and eventually it started to rain. So I was a little bit pressed for time, thanks to the great British weather. But I am glad that I managed to at least finish off the stippling part. So I've added my yellow here, and as I'm going down the painting, the top has already dried at this point, and very quick drying, especially when you are painting in the sun, which means that later on, if there are any areas that look a little bit dull or the paint has merged too much together and it looks a bit muddy, I can add a pop of colour over the top later. So it's not too bad of an issue. I can always come back and add more if I need to, which is the beauty of painting. If you do make a mistake, you can just simply paint over it. Okay, so I've switched to my second stippling brush. It's slightly less rounded and more of a flat brush, and I've also changed to darker colours. So you'll notice I'm using a much deeper red tone now, so that's another reason for changing the brush. And as I move down, I'll be adding purple and blue again to balance it out. Okay, so adding in some purple. Almost looks like a rainbow puddle. Stipple, stipple. Okay, so I'm just going back over bits that are dried. Like I said, just adding some pops of colour in there. And in the next clip, you'll see me taking the template off so you can see the dragon revealed. But first, to add more purple, of course, because we all know that purple is my favourite colour, if you hadn't guessed by now. Just blend it down. Okay. So you have to be very careful when you're peeling off your template, but you'll see at the top mine has bled a little bit. As I said, it's just simply because I didn't leave it long enough to dry, but it's quite easy to fix. All you need is some white paint neat on a very small brush just to clean up your lines. So you could leave it like this, but I'm going to add a few bits of colour here and there and some little extras. So for this part I've got a pipette and I'm using metallic paints. I'm just dabbing them around the edge of my dragon with the corresponding colours. So you'll notice where the image has blue, it'll have blue splodges, and where it is yellow, it'll have yellow splodges, and red, and so on. Now, because these are oil based, they will take a little bit longer to dry, but as I said, they are metallic, so they will dry a beautiful shiny metallic colour. And when you pop a painting like this on a wall that has a lot of sunlight, it's really beautiful, especially in rainbow colours. You just get the light bouncing off of it and it just glows different colours. It's amazing. So as always, I will post a picture at the end of the video so you can see what the finished product looked like. I will be turning this into a print if anyone is interested. I will be posting it probably either the end of this week or the start of next week. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.